Hello, bonjour and welcome to your new Bonner Private Wines video where we learn about wine together weekly. Today I want to introduce you to one of our wines from our 2026 Argentine Collection exclusive to our wine club members in the US, a wine called in Spanish Oír Ese Río, which means listening to this river. I'll explain in just a second. Made with extreme passion by a man on his personal winemaking project and vineyard, a man called Marcial Sanchez Elia. Let's get tasting. For once with our wine club, it's not very often, but here we went outside of our favorite mountainous area of Salta, high up in the extreme altitudes, and picked a wine this time from the most famous Argentine wine region of Mendoza, the illustrious, very famous region from Argentina. We had to have you taste this wine. This is a very confidential project from a vineyard sitting on stony alluvial soils that were deposited by an ancient river. Hence the name, with an excellent natural drainage on the vineyard and steady sun exposure conditions that favor richness, rich structure over excess or bigger structure. Interestingly, this wine was co-fermented with Malbec and Cabernet Sauvignon, meaning that the grapes from those two varieties were not fermented separately as is usual and matured each in their own tanks and then on their own barrels before being blended together. No, here all the grapes were harvested at the same time and put to ferment together in the same tank from the beginning. So such co-fermentation wines are quite rare. It's not done very commonly. It is uncommon winemaking a practice, but it's usually considered that those wines give a better expression of the terroir, of the vineyard itself, more than the expression of the grape variety. And that's because you get a better feel for the provenance, for the soil, for the terroir, rather than just the characteristics of the grape type itself. So rather than tasting a Malbec or a Cabernet, you taste both combined, which gives you a better understanding of where the wine comes from, the soil, the climate. Let's see. First of all, you'll see, looking at the wine, that we have a wine with quite a solid dark red color with some orange hues to it, showing that this is a wine with some age. It's about 6 years old now, but looking deep and vibrant. This is based on Malbec from Argentina after all, so it's always going to be looking dense and profound. Let's sniff. Wow, yeah, indeed, very, very nice. Oh wow, yeah. Oh, this is so relaxing just to smell it. This is a wine with a vibrant nose. I really love how juicy it makes me salivate already, and salivating, yes, the notes of red fruits are fresh red berries. You can smell both the meatiness from the Malbec and those aromas of beef stock is what I mean from meatiness, combined with the richness of the dark berries, the blackberry, the raspberry and the blackcurrant from the Cabernet Franc as well. I love how they're intertwined, meatiness, juiciness, also fruitiness of those grape varieties combined. Let's taste. Wow, this is such a surprise and so remarkable. I had not tasted this wine before, and hearing this is from Mendoza, I was expecting a wine as they usually come from this area that is not too high in altitude as the wines we adore from Salta. I was expecting a wine with a heavier expression because it's less high. A bolder structure also, maybe a bit less vibrancy, but this in fact is quite different from many Mendoza wine. The red fruit flavors are very zingy, they're almost citrusy. I get some lemon, some grapefruit, lively combination with the red berries there. I get a lot of herbal scents too, mountain wild herbs, a nice minerality. It tastes a little bit like sandy dust also from the mountains, so you can definitely sense the terroir, a terroir that is rocky and harsh, and I like the linear structure from the mid palate, the slightly punchy tannins that it's got from Malbec, I expect, but they are tamed by the maturation and also coated with the Cabernet Franc, touches of oaky caramel in there, a bit of toffee to the finish, so it's long, it's lingering. I mean, there's a lot to say here. This is essentially a tasty blend, unusually rich and acidic and spicy, extremely vibrant and fruity, essentially more about the liveliness and the acidity and the herbaceousness rather than the sheer power or exuberance that sometimes we get out of Mendoza. Certainly, this is a wine that is ready to drink now. It's been matured and just aged to perfection already, but you'll be able to enjoy it over the next 3-4 years or slightly more if you want. Enjoy it. It's quite something of a wine, such personality. Really enjoyed this wine. I will see you soon in the wonderful world of wine. Cheers.